Hello and welcome to the Trading with Ashley show. I am so excited. We had such a profitable week in the community. And for those of you that were following along on some of my plays that I shared with the wider audience on YouTube, you have made great money this week as well. So to ensure that you never miss a video, I want you to do me a favor. I want you to ensure that you are subscribed. When I look at my YouTube analytics, I have noticed that some of you are subscribed, but it's important that you actually click all so that you are notified every time I post a video. A lot of times my videos are time sensitive and I want to ensure you don't miss one great play. Speaking of great plays, today it was announced that Palantir has landed an incredible contract with the government. So what is all the excitement about? Today, it was reported that the Trump administration has been expanding Palantir Technologies' role in the federal government operations. Since Trump took office, Palantir has received over $113 million in federal contracts, including new and expanded agreements with the Department of Homeland Security and the Pentagon. This includes a significant push to implement Palantir's Foundry platform across at least 4 federal agencies. This will enable them to merge all of their data across all of the databases. Discussions are also underway with the Social Security Administration and the IRS to adopt Palantir's technology. Additionally, a $795 million Department of Defense contract was awarded to Palantir last week. And this is just the beginning. Once Palantir continues to perform for all of these government agencies, the sky is the limit, not to mention all of the opportunity that exists in the commercial segment. Now, those of you may remember I did a video in November and it was discussing my speculation that something was brewing with a larger contract with the government. Let's take a listen to what I foresaw. But the reason I have all those personalities on my thumbnail together is I really believe that something could be brewing with a partnership with Palantir in this new administration. And let me explain why. Well, we all know Elon Musk is now been tapped, and he is one of the individuals that will be working with the government to help identify efficiencies. And that's actually a really good call because that's going to save a lot of waste. And who specializes in this type of work? None other than Palantir, who already has a relationship with the government. None other than Palantir. After all, they have been working with the Army for years, and it was just put on the government website that they are discussing with Palantir a $1 billion contract for the Navy. And so there's trust there already. And Palantir does specialize in efficiency. They take all of the data, all of the complex data that either the government or private industries have, and they spit out recommendations real time in front of the CEO or whoever has hired them. After I shared my perspective, I went on to offer you a very specific play. Had you just bought the stock that day, you'd actually be up 100% today with where we closed at $131. But had you actually taken the play that I had offered you, you would be up almost 300%. Now, for those of you that were intrigued by the potential play, but you did not know where to begin, I've got some great news for you. I am hosting a workshop this weekend, and there are a handful of spots left. So you want to go ahead and register for it if you're interested in it. I am going to teach you all about leaps and skip call options and how to select the right entry. In fact, you get 2 for 1 because I will be teaching you about that, but also I have another very popular YouTuber that is going to join these Stocks with Josh. He will be teaching you using both technical analysis and candle formations on when to enter in on your favorite stock with these powerful trading tools. What if one workshop could change the way you trade forever? Josh and I are hosting a live 2-hour workshop where I'll be teaching you all things skips. A smarter, lower risk option strategy I actually developed and trademarked to help you grow your portfolio without gambling.
And I'll be diving into charting mastery from indicators that work to how to spot trend reversals before they happen.
It's all happening Saturday, May the 31st at 6 p.m. EST, and spots are limited.
Click the link below to secure your spot and thank us later when you turn your trades into a Wall Street ATM.
Trust us, your future self will thank you. This is the first time we have ever hosted a training together, and you don't want to miss out. If you can't be a part of the live training and you sign up, we will email you the recording. Next, I want to take you into the computer and let's look at a reasonable entry for Palantir now that it has hit all-time highs. Looking at technical analysis, here's what I am foreseeing for Palantir. If you go by the Bollinger Band, which is something I like to look at quite frequently, it looks like we are trading towards the top of the range. And if you look at the RSI, it's at 65. Anytime we're close to 70, we're at an overbought situation. And the reason it typically pulls back at that point is you have a lot of people that have held this stock for quite some time and they are taking profit. So if you're looking for a new entry, you may want to consider the middle of that band right there. It's 122. Something around there might be a reasonable entry for those of you that are just now getting into this stock. Now, if we have a deeper pullback, it's reasonable to think that we could get back to the 50-day moving average, which is sitting right at about 106, 105. That may be where I would go in even heavier if you have the opportunity. Now, for those of you that are tired of waiting and you keep missing the boat on this, and you're at the point that you just want to buy the shares, let me give you an alternative. Now, that is selling puts. So let's assume you're at the point and you're like, this stock is going to be worth so much more in the future. I don't care if I buy it at 130. Well, instead of just buying it, maybe take a few shares under your ownership, but consider selling puts. So let's see, if you were going to make this purchase next week, you could go to June the 6th, you could do sell put, and instead of buying 100 shares at $130, you could sell this $130 put, and then they are going to reward you by giving you another $350 a share. So you will make $350 in premium alone. Now, if the market ends on June the 6th and Palantir is trading at 130 or below, you'll get the shares. But if not, let's assume it is trading above 130, then you're a little bit bummed out because you wanted the shares, but you get to keep the $350 just for your trouble. And then you can try the same next week. In fact, every week on a red day, you could sell an at-the-money put and be paid quite a bit for putting up your money to buy this incredible stock. Truly the opportunity of a lifetime. Let's take a short walk down memory lane. If you had watched my video on May the 5th when Palantir was at $112 and you purchased it on that date, you would be up over 17% just a few short weeks later. Looking back to that November 14th video when Palantir was $67, you'd be up almost 100%. Looking at last July when I first started this particular YouTube channel, Palantir was trading at $26.89. You would be up 390% had you listened to that video and actually bought the shares. Now, for those of you that have been with me since 2023 when I started my initial YouTube channel, well, Palantir was trading at $18.50. I did several videos on Palantir at that point. You would be up, like me, 612% if you had actually purchased after watching those videos. So I am providing you everything you need to get wealthy. You know about the stock, you know about its history, now you know about the potential. This weekend, I will teach you entries for purchasing skip and leap call options for Palantir and any other stock you're really bullish on. Remember, if you're with me trading with Ashley, there is no trader left behind. Now, just for fun, if you want to watch that original video that I was just sharing with you, here it is right here.